Hi, second graders. Let's read and write ER and EST words. The ER and the EST make the and the est sound at the end of words. We use the ER and the EST when we use adjectives and adverbs or describing words. Let's look at some examples. My friend is taller than I am. The safest driver I know is Jan. Spelling is easier than I thought. We have the words taller, safest, and easier. Now, when we add the ER and the EST at the end of an adverb or adjective, there are some rules. There's 4 simple rules that you need to know when adding those endings. Let's take a look at the first rule. Rule number 1 is just adding an ER or an EST. For most one-syllable adjectives or adverbs, just add the ER or EST. An example would be for long, longer, longest. Let's read the next set together. Fast, faster, fastest. Tall, taller, tallest. Rule number 2 has to do, oh boy, there goes the dogs again, sorry. Rule number 2 has to do with one-syllable adjectives or adverbs that end with the silent E. This also applies to words that have the LE ending as well. So whenever you have a silent E, you don't have to worry about the E. You just add an R or an ST. So if we look at the word wide, we just add an R to make it wider and an ST to make it widest. Here's the 2-syllable word simple. We add the R to change the word to simpler and the ST to simplest. Let's read safe. We have safe, safer, and safest. Now, rule number 3 happens to be my favorite rule. I like this rule because there's a little change to it, and it's that sneaky Y. Whenever we have a 2-syllable adjective that ends with a Y, you have to change the Y to an I and then add the ER or EST. So look at the word easy. See, we have the Y. When we want the word to be easier, we change the Y to an I and add ER. Same with easiest. Change that Y to an I and add ER. Here's busy. Busier, busiest, early, earlier, earliest. Rule number 3 seems to trick up kids a lot when they're reading words that have the IEST or the IER at the end. Rule number 4, again, one of my favorites because we have something different. This is when we double that last consonant. This rule is you double the last consonant, so that's what that times 2 means, then add the ER and EST. This works with most CVC words, so that's consonant, vowel, consonant, like hot. So we have hot, hotter, see the double T, and hottest. Big, bigger, and biggest, thin, thinner, and thinnest. There is an exception to this rule. When a word ends with a W, X, or Y, you will not double the consonant. Now we're going to play a little game, but you need to get some supplies ready. Go ahead and press pause if you need to. You're going to need a piece of paper and something to write with. Now that you have your piece of paper, you're going to fold your paper in half and label one side with double and the other side with nothing. It's going to look like this. We're going to be looking at a text together, and we're going to see how the ER and EST is used. Is there a double consonant, or are there no changes and you just add the ER and the EST? I'll help you with the first few. Let's go. The title is Get Smarter. Be smart. Be smarter. Be the smartest you can be. Start by reading these quiz pages and train your brain. Now, take a close look at the text. You should see an ER word. There it is. It's the word smarter. There's also an EST word, smartest. On your paper, you should write the word smarter on the nothing side because we did nothing to the word except add the ER. Which is longer, 5 feet or 1 yard? Think hard and don't rush. 5 feet is 60 inches long. 1 yard is 36 inches long. So 5 feet is much, much longer. That's smart thinking. And I already know you're doing some smart thinking right now because you probably already see that ER word. There it is. Which side should we write it on? The double or nothing side? I put it on the nothing side because all we did was add the ER ending. Which is a bigger state, Texas or Vermont? Texas is much bigger. It is about 30 times bigger in size than Vermont. In fact, Texas is the second biggest state in our land. Do you see what I see? I see an ER and an EST word. So I'm going to write those words on the double side of my paper. Go ahead and you do the same. Your paper should look like this. And I want to go back a few pages because I realized I made a little bit of a mistake. Must be from all those doggies barking. I only wrote the word smarter on the nothing side when we first started the activity. But look, there's 2 words that we need to write. We need to write smarter and smartest. So go ahead and add smartest to your list. Your list will probably end up looking like this. Boys and girls, I miss you so much. I hope you have a great week this week. Sorry again about those puppers barking. They get so fussy. I want you to do your best work. And as you're reading your story about Asia and other continents and places around the world, because I know you're going to be reading different books this week, I want you to keep an eye out for words that have the ER and the EST at the end. Thank you, boys and girls, for your focused work and attention. I'll see you soon. Bye.